What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the after-action report for a very close game of Hydra versus Avengers. 16-16, ending with a tabling, with the Avengers just kind of finally rallying at the end there. Like, they had a strong start, very questionable middle game there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And you had just an explosive round. Round
3? I think it was
3 and 4. I think.
Yeah.
Just absolutely explosive. Just a couple things off the hop there. We had a little bit of a discussion off the camera on this one, and I just want to bring it up on here because I think it's worth talking about.
Yep.
At the end there, when you had Zemo going up against Vision, you double tapped him. You only needed to do 3 points of damage, and you had I think it was 3 power.
I had 3 power. Yes,
yeah,
that's
you had
correct.
3 power. You opted to, instead of use Master Swordsman for rerolls.
Yep.
You opted to instead rely on Strategic Genius and I guess gain power to try and do an inevitable betrayal instead.
Exactly.
So I will admit, I think you were better off with the rerolls than the inevitable betrayal because you were banking on Zemo not going down to Vision.
Yeah. Now my contra to that is the idea that I'm not going to roll enough skulls that it doesn't matter, because you roll like 2 or 3 skulls on your opening roll. You have your because the Zemo can, because I'm a Baron after all, I'll be able to reroll 5 dice for each of my attacks. Cool. I can pay 2
just for your next attack. Just for your next attack.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's dice equal to the round. Yeah.
It's a very good card. Not that good.
Yes, not that good. Next attack. But I also can pay 2 for Master Swordsman to reroll dice, and then I have my Strategic Genius. So stacking those up looks good. Traditionally, I found that Zemo is very good at rolling skulls, and because he can't reroll them, it oftentimes is a problem for him.
And that's fair. I do understand where you're coming from. I personally disagree. I think I would have done the other thing, especially with the hindsight of what you rolled, because you rolled the four blanks and a block, I think is what it was.
Yeah. But on my other attack, I think I rolled a skull or 2, and then
I think there was
hits.
2 skulls, 2 successes, and that's fair. Like, not doing it on that one, okay. I understand why in hindsight and all that sort of stuff. I was just feeling at the very end there when you because here's the thing: if you did 2 points of damage to Vision,
yep,
you would have gotten your 2 power back. You could have inevitable betrayed anyway.
Well, that was the dream about it, but I'm like, are you going to risk this all on that? And I decided that was a worse risk than you have to get through him and just absolutely annihilate him, which you did do.
I mean, I think Vision was perfectly capable of doing that because I had the power to Synthesoid Avenger, I had the power to throw you, and I had the power to beam you.
But have you thought about the fact that it was either I had to bet on good dice for me or bad dice for you? I like the bad dice for you rolls, so...
Fair. I mean, we've shown I have no consistency with my dice whatsoever. I think that was the big play that stood out to me. Yeah. I think that was one of those... Well, let's be honest. It was a gambit,
yes,
right?
It totally was. And it was when you don't have a lot of options, you got to make some, or you're going to lose.
Yeah, so I want to see a conversation in the comments below. I want to see people chime in on this one, because I think this is a very interesting one, to be honest.
Now, I think I made a mistake with deployment. I put Nightcrawler over here facing down against Black Widow.
Yeah.
Not a great matchup. But what's worse is the whole reason Nightcrawler's in the list is because he wants the rerolls, A, to get his triggers off, but B, I brought in Mass Transit. Mass Transit staggers Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
With Strucker's leadership, you pass that stagger to someone else if you do any damage. And I'm like...
I thought that was coming.
And I'm like, I had him over here fighting Black Widow. I'm like, what if you stagger Black Widow? Yeah, what happens? I should have been in the middle with him. And there was definitely a turn where I could have grabbed a cube, come over here, bamfed, and done my actual thing. And it's
taking away a turn of attacks from Nightcrawler might have actually benefited you in the long run.
Yeah.
Because Nightcrawler could have gone into a position and really started helping the rest of the team. Because when you took out Cap, you really put me on the back foot there.
Yeah,
that was huge. Bishop and Zemo just did amazing work there.
Yeah, well, and I had a pretty good set of defensive rerolls, and then Zola kind of collapses. I have Strucker leave in the middle, and then I'm like, this is how it goes with Hydra.
Yeah, we've noticed that quite a bit. Hydra seems to as soon as they start losing momentum, they kind of fall apart a little bit, which is unfortunate. Now maybe we just haven't cracked Hydra.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say I have a preference towards a bunch of dumb humans running around fighting superheroes
instead of Red Skull.
Hydra. Well, I not necessarily even Red Skull, but some of the bigger brawler characters who might take better advantage of just a little bit of dice modification because they're already good at stuff. as opposed to, hey, here's a 4 dice attack. I hope I screw you up.
Well, I also had a very defensive team as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think I did not have a lot of threes for my defense rolls. In fact, I think Steve Mystic and Black Widow Energy were the only threes. Everyone else was rolling fours, assuming they weren't incinerated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was a very defensive team. So I was able to eat a lot of those 4 dice attacks. Having said that, a lot of your 4 dice attacks did get work done this game.
I am going to say that between Strucker and Bishop, tossing out those incinerates was pretty good.
Well, I mean, you took Steve out by round 3, right?
Yep,
Like that was huge, and I had to expend a bunch of resources, a bunch of cards just to try and keep him around a little bit longer. And Zemo just friggin' did Zemo things and chased him down.
Yeah,
proving why Zemo is one of the best 3 threats in the game still.
Absolutely,
hands down, right? Which was really solid. I gotta say, I am still very impressed by Bishop.
Yep.
I like him a lot.
I'm angry because Bishop oftentimes ended turns on 6 and 7 power, but not 8 power, because I had Inevitable Betrayal, where one of your guys would score points for me instead of for you.
Yep, because you had the sleeper agent making him Hydra and everything like that.
Yeah, because he's part of Hydra. He's ready to spend. But yeah, unfortunately, never always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, it really came down to I ignored Bishop until I had to.
Yeah.
Until I had to engage with him, right?
Well, but Bishop had a cube for a bunch of that time. He was really good at generating his own silly powers. So
that's fair. And when he finally had the power, he was dazed.
Yeah.
So no, that's very fair. Do you have anyone who kind of stood out as your MVP?
Well, honestly, I actually really loved my entire team, despite the fact that Kurt didn't do the things he was supposed to do. Kurt could have been great, but he actually scored me a pile of points.
He did, and I think that's where Kurt excels.
Yeah.
Right? The Brimstone Blitzes, if you can get it off, awesome.
Yep.
But I think Nightcrawler is he's a great objective runner.
Yeah, I think he's icing with his fancy tech, but really he's go grab points, skirmish, pull someone away who's worth more.
Him and Widow were pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
Right? And so it wasn't a great pairing.
Yeah.
For Kurt in that regard, because he's all physical and Widow's just I got martial artist.
Yep.
They were still pretty evenly matched. They traded cubes a couple times, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, no, that was great. For me, I would say I think Vision.
Yeah.
Vision had just so many good turns.
Yes.
Right? Like when Vision just kind of rolled up, just doing calmly rolling up next to the truck and all right, time to do things, and just beamed everyone into oblivion. And
Yep. Yeah. My original plan was with Bishop that I'm gonna I'm totally going to throw this truck at people. No, I'm not. I'm dead.
No, I got lucky. I was able to throw the truck first.
Yep.
That's what it kind of came down to. But yeah, no, this was a wildly close game.
Yeah.
Wildly close, and any missteps in the last round was huge.
Yep.
And when Carol failed in her plan, because her plan was to come over here, Warbird into Bishop, and then place, and then throw Bishop into Zemo, and then Warbird into Zemo.
Yeah.
And when she just took Bishop, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think my aggression got the better of me. This is not good.
Yeah, good dice sometimes are bad for you too.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost one of those moments where I wish I had recal right now because I absolutely exploded on that attack. But no, very close game, Troop. That was a lot of fun. Still,
it was. It was.
We definitely got more coming your way. So leave your comments below. I want to hear people's thoughts on what we discussed regarding Master Swordsman.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
very curious to see where the community falls on that one. And of course, guys, if you want to support the channel, hit up patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios. Couple bucks a month keeps everything coming. The support is just amazingly helpful. We have our first official producer in Spider-Man. I demand pictures of Spider-Man. I want pictures of Spider-Man. That's what's going to happen now. And so thank you so much to Spider-Man for that support there. And of course, check out iwargame.net. Save 10% using code AegisBrand. And buy it during the month of April and save a little bit more while they have a 5% off sale kicking around as well. We will see you guys next time. Happy wargaming.